Today we're really excited to be at KCAP, one of our partners for the 48-hour film project and Visual Network SA. And it's the last day of the COF Festival. It's been amazing, and I'm sure that you guys have been watching online, and if you haven't, the videos are there. But I'm with the lovely...
Hi, my name is Siphiwe Mbonambi, and I'm representing South African Theatre Industry Chamber. And I was invited for the book launch. It was very nice, and we're very proud of Mr. Edmund Mhlongo, and we hope everybody will be able to buy this book. We need this kind of knowledge into our communities, in our community art centers. And yeah, I don't know.
Tell me a little bit more about SATIC. For those who don't know, it's the first time I've unfortunately heard about it today, and I've been in the industry forever. So I'd love to know more about SATIC.
Okay, so SATIC is the South African Theatre Industry Chambers, and we represent the 17 sectors that the Department of Arts and Culture is about to launch next year in March. So I represent the first sector, which is like the theatre, musical theatre and opera. So basically what we do is we do a policy advocacy. There's a new policy that is about to be launched next year. Do you know about the new policy?
Tell me.
So this new policy is called the National Theatre and Dance Policy 2023. So basically this policy, it was approved in 2023, and we've got until up next year to be reviewed. So what I do is make sure that I engage with artists to make sure that they understand the policy and what are the challenges that are happening. Literally, we can't measure what we don't know. So for us to be able to review this policy, the policy talks about one of the clauses about looking to the funding sector. So you know that a lot of artists, they work from gig to gig. You work for 3 months, then the next 6 months you're unemployed. So what they're doing now is with this policy is they're trying to make sure that we've got long-term sustainable funding. So it's a 3-year funding cycle. So in that way, we're hoping that it's going to help artists to be more sustainable. And another thing we're looking into making sure that we make sure that artists have dignity and security, decent jobs. So how we do that is we want to make sure that we need to look into having grants for artists, whether you're a freelancer or you're working permanent, to have a bit of grants that can be available. And another thing is medical aid. Insurance policies. We know that when artists die, it's very hardening. When somebody dies, we have to collect money to bury the person. So we're hoping that with this policy, it can be able to give artists a bit of a decent and dignity.
I think it's something that our industry has been crying out for, and it's much needed.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, and we'd love to engage further at that point in time when it is going live and all of that.
So I think at the moment what's happening is, as I'm saying that I'm doing this policy advocacy, educating people about it, creating awareness, and also just to review from the policy what are the things that are happening. So I do workshops, I do engagements, I do consultations in all the 11 regions of KZN. So visiting the community art centers, visiting also the national theaters, your playhouse, your stable theater, your bed center. So all this, they are still government entities. So for them literally to make sure that are there venues available for people to use, to utilize? Are they able to be a feeder from community centers to come to the mainstreams? Also to look into the urban and the rural, people have the mentality that you go to the cities to be in the arts. So we want to shift the mindset that people can be able to gain resources and skills where they are, so that we can be able to bring a bit of a balance between the rural and the modern, and we can all be equal.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that as soon as we're able to do the review, and then there should be a way forward in terms of the things that SATIC is doing to make sure that all these things that DSAC is committed to giving to the artist is implemented. So watch the space.
Absolutely, but a timeline or a guide. I know that's a really hard.
I think at the moment, as I'm saying that what we're doing is we're doing survey.
Yeah.
So I can share with you. So the survey is, we can't measure what we don't know.
Sure.
So why I'm doing all this touring all around the regions is there's a survey questions that people need to answer. It's able to give us a sense of where the artists are in terms of their challenges. For example, there's a question that will ask you this year in 2025, how much money have you earned in 2025 that is linked to the arts sector. So we'll say like 0 to 20,000, 0 to 200,000, 0 to 500,000. So there's different types of questions, and we really urge people to fill in this survey, because from this survey, we're able to collect the data. And another thing, remember our sector, there's about 40 to 60% of informal sectors. So these are the people that are not captured. Hence, I need to go there, capture, get the data, so that when we want to implement all these things, we know who these people are, where they are. At this moment, everything is just in silos, and we want to be able to say, let's all come together, work as a collective, have the data, then we can be able to put like all all the procedures in place. You know.
Alright.
So yeah, I think all I know is in March, this policy is going to be launched officially from the National Arts and Culture Department. So watch the space.
The survey currently, how can one access it and how can we share it on our platforms? Because we've got many artists as well.
Okay, so I've got your number, your contact number, but I can also share my cell number. My cell number is 083-985-2155. So 083-985-2155, and my name is Siphiwe Mbonambi. So what I'll do is I'll share with you a link, and you just have to click the link and fill in all the questionnaires.
That's perfect.
So, yeah.
We'll also share it on our socials so people can, and it would help the industry at large.
Yeah, and thank you so much, and happy holidays.
Happy holiday. What are you doing for December for Christmas?
I'll be working, unfortunately.
You go, girl.
Yeah, I'll be working, but hopefully Christmas, obviously, I'll spend with family. But other than that, like, I have to keep collecting all this data.
Amazing. And we look forward to helping you, and all the best and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty. Ciao.
Cheers.